Big toes touching, knees nice and wide as the mat, and go ahead and bring your fingertips all the way forward towards the top of your space. Bring your forehead to the mat, and from here just begin to settle in and notice your breath. Notice where you're at today. For me, it's Sunday. So wherever you're at, just take notice of your body and of your breath. Once you've begun to start to settle in, please begin to deepen your breath, inhaling in through your nose and filling up into the belly. Exhaling from the mouth. Good. Deep breath in through the nose, expand into the belly, pressing the belly into your thighs. And exhale from your mouth, pulling your belly button into the spine. Good. One more deep breath in here. And open mouth, exhale. Alright, now keep this pace of breath. Inhale through the nose and seal up the lips now. Exhale through the nose. Keep breathing, and as you're breathing, I want you to think about stretching your fingertips just a little more forward. And then on your exhale, seeing if you can sink your hips down closer to your heels. So we're having a little bit of an active child's pose here, stretching and lengthening, using the strength of your hands here to kind of push your sit bones back. Deep breath in and deep breath out. Take a few more breaths here, and on your inhales, really notice how your lungs expand in your back body, opening everything up. And then on your exhales, imagining that you have a corset wrapped around your core and it pulls your belly button in nice and tight. Let's do one more breath here together, inhaling through the nose and exhaling through the nose. On your next inhale, press into your hands and come up to a tabletop position, adjusting your hands so that your hands are stacked directly underneath your shoulders, fingers spread nice and wide, and we're pushing a lot of that weight into our first finger and thumb joint. And let's stack the knees directly underneath the hips, and today we'll keep the tops of the toes on the mat. From here, I just want you to start to kind of move forward and back, feeling into the wrists a little bit, really pressing into your foundation and coming forward, maybe shifting side to side. Take some time here just to kind of explore your foundation and your wrists. Maybe even come forward a little bit, getting a nice stretch in the forearms. You might draw some circles with your body. Gotta adjust my mic here real fast. And then when you're ready, let's find a still tabletop here, spreading the fingertips nice and wide still. And on your inhale breath, begin to squeeze your shoulder blades onto your back and take your gaze upward for cow. Exhale, tuck your chin to your chest, tuck your tailbone, press the floor away for cat pose. Inhale, drop your belly and take your gaze upward for cow. And exhale, tuck and curl. Good. One more like this. Deep breath in. And deep breath out. Good. On your next inhale, come back to a flat back. Really thinking about pulling your belly button in here. Don't let your low back dip in the back, but pull your belly button in so we have a nice flat low back here. We're going to press into our foundation and curl the toes under now. So we have toes underneath, curled underneath. Press into your right hand, and on your next inhale breath, send the left fingertips out nice and long. Keep maintaining this pull in your belly. Inhale, reach, and exhale, plug and pull that shoulder blade down your back. On your next inhale breath, shift your weight to your left knee and start to straighten your right leg, dragging those toes onto the mat. And then exhale, lift that leg up, still maintaining this integrity of your spine, nice flat back. You may have to adjust a little bit to get comfortable. Take an inhale breath, lift up. Exhale, let's tuck and curl. So we have a cat spine now, pulling the elbow and knee to meet underneath the body. Inhale, extend and expand. Keep that low back flat. Exhale, tuck and curl. Good. Inhale, extend and expand. And exhale, tuck and curl. Good. Inhale, extend now. Stay for the exhale. Good. Deep breath in. Press into your foundation. And exhale, lift it up a little higher. Keep that back nice and flat. Good. Deep inhale, stretch and lengthen. And exhale. Good. One more breath in here. Lift up. And exhale, come back to a tabletop position. If you would like, you can move through a little cat-cow just to reset your spine. When you're ready, on an inhale breath, we'll meet in tabletop. Exhale, pull those shoulder blades down away from your ears and keep the toes curled under. And then when you're ready, make sure that you got this nice integrity of the spine. I always have a tendency to dip my belly down, so I have to remind myself to keep my core nice and tight. But when you're ready, shift your weight into the left hand, spread the fingertips wide. Think about pressing all your weight into this L joint of your finger and your thumb. And inhale, reach the right fingertips out in front of you. Exhale, plug and pull that shoulder blade down. And when you're ready, on your next inhale breath, shift your weight to your right knee and start to straighten your left leg, dragging those toes on the ground. And exhale, lift the left leg up. Keep the integrity of your belly. Inhale, reach. Exhale, tuck and curl. Good. Inhale, extend and lengthen. Exhale, tuck and curl. Using the strength of the core here. Inhale, straighten and lengthen, lift up. Exhale, tuck and curl. Good. One more. Inhale, reach. Now stay on the exhale. Deep breath in. Remember the integrity of your core here. Flat back. Deep breath out. Pull those shoulders away from the ears. Inhale, reach. And exhale. Good. One more. Deep breath in. And exhale, return to your tabletop position. Again, moving through a little cat-cow if you'd like. Good. On your next inhale, we'll meet in tabletop. From here, I would like you to drop your elbows directly where your wrists or your hands are. And we're going to send the hips back or walk the knees back a little bit. Keep the toes curled under and send your forehead down towards the mat for puppy pose. So we're really kind of pressing into our forearms here, similar to child's pose, but the hips are lifted. Find your breath, really stretching into the lats, into the armpits. Inhale and exhale. Send your breath to those tight places in the ribs. Deep breath in and deep breath out. Good. One more inhale and one more exhale. Good. On your next inhale, come back up onto your forearms. Keep your arms in this position here. Excuse me. And then step back for forearm plank. So we want to make sure that your hips are not lifted, no Beyonce booties like this here, but we're dropping the hips in line with the shoulders. And then we're really scooping and pulling the belly button in. So we're thinking about pulling your sternum to your pubic bone and squeezing your glutes here and then pressing up through your shoulder blades. Deep inhale breath and deep exhale. Good. Deep breath in. Push up into those shoulder blades. Keep your integrity strong. Deep breath out. Good. Another deep inhale. Press into those shoulder blades. Exhale. Keep the hands where they are. Drop the hips down for Sphinx pose. So bring the tops of your toes to the mat here. Squeeze those elbows back towards you and puff your chest out here. Keep your chin tucked. We don't want to look up and crunch the back of the neck, but think about having this long, beautiful neck. We want to drag the elbows energetically back towards our hips and still press into the tops of our toes here. Deep inhale and deep exhale. Good. You can begin to take your gaze over your right shoulder, deep breath in, and deep breath out. If you want a little movement here, just to kind of get into the tight places of your neck, on your inhale, take your gaze over your shoulder, keep it there. And then exhale, drop your chin kind of towards your chest while still looking towards the right. Inhale, lift the chin up towards the right shoulder. Exhale, drop it down to the chest. Good, another one like that. Inhale, lift it up. Keep hugging those shoulder blades back. Exhale, drop it down. Inhale, lift it up, squeeze the shoulder blades. Exhale, come back to center. Still recheck in with your foundation here, spreading those fingers wide, pulling the elbows back towards the hips, pressing the toes into the mat. We're going to take an inhale breath, grow long through the crown of the head, and exhale, take your gaze to the left shoulder. Inhale, grow nice and long, finding your movement now. Exhale, drop the chin to the chest. Inhale, lift it up, and exhale, drop it. Good. Inhale, lift it up, and exhale, drop. Beautiful. One more. Inhale, lift up, and exhale, drop. Inhale to lift up, and exhale, come back to center. Go ahead and take an inhale breath, squeeze those shoulder blades down along your back, and exhale, sink down, forehead to the mat. Drag your fingertips so that your hands are directly underneath your shoulders. Curl your toes under, and whatever you want to do in terms of your push-up, you can come to your knees and then into down dog, or you can fully push straight up to the sky. So come forward first in this downward dog just to make sure that your positioning is correct, stacking your shoulders directly over your wrists. Again, pressing all that weight into that L joint of your fingers, of your hands, and then bend your knees, send your hips high, downward dog. From here, you can go ahead and pedal out your feet since this is our first downward dog today. Just moving. You can even move forward and back. I'm playing to downward dog just to get a little more in the shoulders. Maybe do some hip drops, some twisties, anything that feels good. All right, take one more breath in to move here. On your next inhale, lift your heels high to the sky, pressing into your toes, and exhale, drop your heels down to the mat. On your next inhale, take your gaze to your hands, and exhale, take baby steps to meet your hands at the top of your space. You can go ahead and keep your feet about hip width, or if you would like to heel toe and give yourself a little bit more space here. I kind of like having more space in the first forward fold. It just feels good. And then drop your head, bend your knees a lot here so that your torso rests on your thighs. From here you can begin to sway right to left or forward and back, nodding the head yes, no, maybe coming side to side. Always trying to find that organic movement that feels good. Everyone's a little different. All right, and then take an inhale breath and exhale, fold forward. Inhale, we'll shift the weight to the balls of the feet and come up to a halfway lift. Nice flat back, long neck in the back. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Squeeze those shoulder blades back. Exhale, fold. Go to one more like this. Inhale, halfway lift. Stay for the exhale. And breathe here. Really thinking about sending the tops of your hips back towards your back wall. Squeezing those shoulder blades. Deep breath in. And deep breath out. Good. One more inhale. Grow long through the crown of your head. And exhale, fold forward. Wherever you're at, if your feet are nice and wide, go ahead and heel toe your feet here to about hip width distance, or you can even bring your big toes to touch. That feels good. And then go ahead and drop your head, bend your knees, and inhale, slowly begin to roll up one vertebrae at a time. Face you guys now. So go ahead and bring your hands to heart center and close your eyes. Take a moment here just to check in after finding a little bit of movement. Nice. We're going to take an inhale breath and bend the knees, sweep the arms all the way high to the sky. And exhale, sink it down for chair pose. So 2 ways we can do this chair. If you're feeling like you want more of a challenge in the hips and the glutes, I mean, they will be both challenging in the hips and glutes, but a little bit more, you can shift your weight backwards, okay, and keep the knee stacked directly over the hip, okay? But if you're in this pose, I don't want you leaning forward like this. That kind of negates the purpose of the pose. I want you still to be pretty vertical and focus on pulling your belly button in and keeping that flat back that we were practicing and sinking down. Okay, so we're kind of sinking our booty back, but still keeping this big, proud chest. So that's version 1. If you're wanting a little more stretch in your ankles, it's perfectly okay to send your knees over your toes. So I prefer this version because I have tight ankles. So you see my knees are far over my toes and I'm still sitting back, but the weight is still in the backs of my heels. I can wiggle my toes. So find which one feels good for you. This one might be a little more challenging because we all have really tight ankles. But again, finding the one that fits. So, and wherever you're at, lift those arms up, biceps by the ears, squeeze those shoulder blades down and back. Keep the integrity of your core here. Deep breath in. Sink deep. Exhale. Beautiful deep inhale breath. And deep exhale. Good. Deep breath in. And deep breath out. On your next inhale, press into your foundation. Stand all the way up for mountain pose. And exhale again, hands to heart center. You don't have to close your eyes this time, but finding wherever you're at, bring your big toes to touch each other. When you're ready, we're going to shift the weight to your left leg and lift the right leg up. So I'm standing on really cushy carpet here, so I might fall a little bit in our balancing today, but whatever. Everyone falls, right? All right, so from here, go ahead and roll that ankle out. If you would like a little bit more stability or more of a stable feeling, you can bring your hands to your hips. I find that kind of squeezing my hips with my hands helps make me feel a little more stable, but still keeping the integrity of your core. All right, and when you're ready, take a big inhale, lift that leg a little bit higher. Exhale, straighten it out. Inhale, bend. Exhale, straighten. It's like we're stamping a footprint on the wall. Inhale, bend. Exhale, straighten. Good. One more. Inhale, bend. And now exhale, straighten. Inhale, bend. And now we're going to cross that right ankle over the left knee and begin to sit back. Carpet is really hard to balance on. Okay. Your hands can come to your hips. Make sure you're flexing this toe here. Oh my gosh. Okay. Carpet is very hard to balance on. So, flexing your toes and sitting your hips back, just like we did in chair. So, it should look from this side kind of like this. Okay. Stay on this. So, from wherever you're at, while I find my balance, keep breathing. Find your deep breath. Bring your hands to heart center and really focus on pressing your thumbs into your sternum and squeezing your shoulder blades back. Breathe in. Sink a little deeper. Breathe out. Good. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Beautiful. Another inhale. And exhale. On your next inhale, press into your left leg. Lift that right leg up. And exhale, hug those shoulder blades down your back. Inhale, reach your fingertips up to the sky. We're going to move into Warrior 3 now. Extend forward and back for Warrior 3 pose. So balancing, everyone knows I like to balance. Take an inhale breath, reach your fingertips forward and pull that leg up behind you. Exhale, pull your belly button in. Still checking in with this low back foundation. Nice and strong, nice and straight. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Good. Deep inhale, lift up. Deep exhale. On your next inhale, take your gaze back. We're going to step it back for a lunge, high lunge, crescent lunge. So take a moment here just to check in. Make sure you're on train tracks and not a tightrope. Okay. And when you're ready, still maintaining this strong core, this strong belly, pulling up and in, extend your arms to the sky. Deep inhale, sink a little deeper, exhale. Really pressing this heel towards your back wall. Inhale and exhale. Good, deep breath in and deep breath out. At the bottom of your exhale, bring your hands to your hips, take your gaze back, and step up a little bit for warrior one prep. So our right toes are angled towards that right corner edge of our mat. Bend into this front knee here and really press that right heel towards the back wall. Arms come up, take a deep breath in. We're only going to be here for a moment. Deep breath out, pull your shoulder blades back. Straighten this left leg, lift your kneecap, inhale, and then exhale, we're going to come forward for pyramid pose. So, dropping your forehead to your left knee, deeply inhale, and deeply exhale. You can take your left hand to your low back and make sure you're straight here. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Good, one more inhale here, and one more exhale. On your inhale, take your gaze forward, plant your hands, and then we'll step back for a high plank. Only a few vinyasas today, so on your next inhale, breath, puff up through those shoulder blades. Exhale, shift slightly forward, hug the elbows in and lower halfway down, or all the way. Inhale to upward facing dog or cobra, and exhale, send the hips high, downward facing dog. On your next inhale, take your gaze up to your hands, and exhale, hop, step, or jump to meet your hands at the top of your space. Inhale, we'll come into a halfway lift, squeeze the shoulder blades back, and exhale, fold forward. Inhale, slowly roll up, thinking about stacking one vertebrae at a time on top of the other. Arms reach up to the sky. All right, and now again, we're going to shift our weight to the right leg this time. Right leg's our foundation. Think about squeezing that glute nice and tight. Oh, shoot, I forgot chair. So, all right, so we thought you were going to get out of it, but you're not going to. So we're going to take an inhale, reach up to the sky, and exhale, sit back, find your chair pose. Think about squeezing your inner thighs together nice here, pulling your shoulder blades back and down. Keeping those biceps by your ears. Keep the integrity of your core here. Deep breath in and deep breath out. Good. Deep inhale. Grow long through those fingertips. And deep exhale. See if you can find more depth. Good. One more inhale here. And exhale. Now we're going to inhale, straighten all the way up. Bring your left leg with you. Squeeze into this right butt cheek. And again, rolling out this ankle, finding a little flex and pointing in the toes, just getting into it. All right, when you're ready, reach your fingertips up high to the sky. Inhale. Exhale, pull your shoulder blades down away from your ears. All right, now squeeze that right butt cheek. Inhale, straighten the left leg. Exhale, bend. Good. Inhale, straighten and lengthen. Exhale, bend. Beautiful. Another one. Inhale, straighten and lengthen. Exhale, bend. All right, one more. Inhale and exhale. All right, when you're ready, inhale, reach your fingertips to the sky. Begin to cross that left ankle over the right knee and sink down into your figure four, standing figure four. Hands can come to heart center. Make sure you press your thumbs into your sternum. Squeeze those shoulder blades back. Deep breath in, flex your left toes. Sink deep, exhale. Deep inhale, squeeze that right glute. Deep exhale. Use your core. Inhale, expand into the belly. Exhale, pull the belly button in. Beautiful. One more deep breath in here. And deep breath out. On your next inhale, press into your foundation and reach your fingertips up. Bring your left leg with you. Keep balancing. Exhale, hinge at the hips, send the left foot back for warrior three. Inhale, reach the fingertips forward and back. Exhale, lift that leg up. Keep the integrity of your low back here. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Keep squeezing into that right glute. Inhale and exhale. Good. One more breath here. In and out. Inhale, reach your fingertips up. Take your gaze back. Exhale, step it down for high lunge. So before you get into it, make sure you're on train tracks and not a tightrope. Scoot up for you a little bit. And then bend into this front knee, really pressing this left leg back. Inhale, we're only here for a little bit. Crescent lunge. Exhale, sink deep. Sorry, we're here for a few more. Inhale and exhale. Work those shoulder blades down. Good. Deep breath in. Reach the fingertips high. Deep breath out. All right, inhale, reach your fingertips up. Exhale, bring your hands to your hips and take your gaze back. Step it up for warrior one legs. So left toes go towards that left corner edge of your mat. Bend into this front knee and inhale, come up. We're only here for a little bit. Exhale, sink it down. Inhale, straighten that front leg, lift that kneecap. Exhale, fold forward for your pyramid pose. Dropping your forehead to your right knee. You can go ahead and take your right hand to your low back here. Make sure everything's nice and flat, nice and straight. And then find your breath in and out. Deep inhale and deep exhale. Good. Another deep breath in and deep breath out. Good. One more inhale here and exhale. On your next inhale, take your gaze to your hands, plant your hands down, step back, high plank pose. Take an inhale breath, and exhale, find your flow. So lowering halfway or all the way, inhaling to upward facing dog or cobra, and exhaling, sending your hips high to downward dog. Beautiful. On your next inhale, reach those right toes to the sky. Exhale, sweep it through for half pigeon. So coming up onto the tops of the toes here, come onto your fingertips real fast and take your gaze over your left shoulder. Make sure everything's nice and straight behind you. Take an inhale breath and then exhale. Go ahead and fall asleep into this pose. Find your breath, find your purpose. Inhale. Just a few breaths here. I'm going to let you breathe on your own. And I'll cue you out. One more inhale breath here. And on your next inhale, go ahead and come up to your hands. We're going to shift our weight to the side. So we're going to shift over to our right hip and swing this left leg around for hamstring stretch on the left side. So I'll turn to face you so you can see me a little better. Whoops. Shot my microphone off. So right foot comes to the inside of the left thigh, just kind of like we did in our tree practice the other day. And then flex those left toes towards your face. You want to sit up nice and tall. And as always, like I like you to do before we fully fold, we're going to get the hamstring stretch first and then the low back. So go ahead and sit up nice and tall. Square the center of your chest towards your left toes, your left foot. Inhale, squeeze those shoulder blades onto your back. And exhale, start to send the middle of your chest towards that foot. So this is more of a hamstring stretch. As soon as we drop the chin to the chest and kind of drop forward, that's when we get more into the low back. So we want a hamstring first. So squeezing the shoulder blades back, crawling forward, sending the center of your chest towards your toes. Inhale. And exhale, drive this right knee down. Deep breath in, grow tall through the crown of your head. Deep breath out, send it a little more forward. Use your breath here. Another one. Inhale, grow tall and long. And exhale. Good. One more. Inhale, grow tall. Exhale, tuck the chin to the chest. Let the forehead drop to the knee. If you would like, you can try to build a little stacking situation with your fists. I can't really reach there yet. Oh, there we go. And breathe. You should feel this all in your spine, maybe in your shoulders if they're a little tight, if you're stacked like I am. You'll probably still feel this in your hamstring if you have tight hamstrings or if you worked on your hamstrings recently. However, this pose, like I said, is more of a back stretch as opposed to a hamstring stretch. So let's take one more breath in here and a breath out. On your next inhale, slowly tuck your chin to your chest, bring your hands down to the mat, and slowly start to walk yourself back up to a comfortable seat. So, if we're kind of towards the front of our mat, I want you to try this move. We're going to swing this left leg back behind us and then come up, however beautiful or messy or whatever, however you want to get back to downward dog. Let's do that. I'm going to turn so you can see me on the other side a little bit better. When you're ready, you're going to take an inhale breath, put the weight into your right leg, lift the left leg high to the sky. And exhale, sweep it through for half pigeon on this side. Again, coming up onto your fingertips and checking over that right shoulder. Switching sides always messes me up. I have no idea why. But make sure everything's nice and straight behind you. You can inhale, squeeze those shoulder blades back. And exhale, begin to find your sleeping pigeon. Again, find your breath here, and I will cue you out of it. Wherever you're at, please take one more deep breath in and deep breath out. On your next inhale, go ahead and come up onto your hands, stacking your hands underneath your shoulders, and then shifting your weight here to the left hip, kind of dropping that hip so you can bring the right leg around. So again, we're bringing the left foot to the inside of the right thigh, flexing those right toes towards your face, and then squaring the center of your chest towards those toes. Sit up nice and tall, squeeze your shoulder blades back, inhale, and exhale, start to lean and hinge so that the center of your chest comes towards your toes. No tucking yet. Deep breath in, exhale, find more space, more stretch. Good, another deep inhale, and deep exhale. Drive this left knee down. Good, one more inhale. Another exhale. Good, one more deep breath in, grow long and tall. Exhale, tuck your chin down to your chest and fold. Again, finding what feels good here, and then finding your deep breath. Flex those toes toward your face. Breathe in and breathe out. Good, deep inhale and deep exhale. Beautiful. Another deep breath in and deep breath out. Good. One more inhale here and exhale. All right. On your next inhale, place your hands on either side of your leg and tuck your chin to your chest and slowly roll up, stacking vertebrae. All right. Wherever you're at, go ahead and hug both knees into your chest. Make sure I don't mess up my microphone here. Hug both knees into your chest, and you can rock and roll down. Almost, you can even try to, like I just did there, take your feet over your head. It's a little more of a back stretch. All right, and then when you're ready, we'll meet knees hugged into the chest. And you can go ahead and draw some circles or shift left to right. All right, we're going to straighten the left leg down towards the mat and hug that right knee up and into the right shoulder. Take an inhale breath and exhale. Cross the right knee across your body. Think about stacking your hips here, so you might have to adjust a little bit. but stacking your hips one on top of the other. This is supposed to be a thoracic stretch, so getting the muscles up here, not down here. So we don't want weird hips, okay? We want stacked hips. We want to keep the lumbar spine nice and stable. That's the job of the lumbar. So wherever you're at, if it's comfortable for you, you can go ahead and take your gaze up, or if you want a little bit more neck stuff, go ahead and bring your gaze towards your right fingers. My only caveat here to your gaze towards your right fingers is if you start to feel any pinching or straining in the low back, again, we want that stable joint, keep your gaze upward just to encourage the stability there. Really try to practice driving this right shoulder down. Take an inhale breath. Again, filling up into those lungs, and exhale. Good, deep breath in, and deep breath out. Good, one more, inhale, and exhale. All right, go ahead and come back through center, hug both knees into your chest. And switch sides, so straighten and lengthen that right leg down towards your mat. Inhale, hug the left knee up and in towards your left armpit. Exhale, squeeze those shoulder blades down your back. When you're ready, take your right hand and guide it across your body. Again, focusing on the stacking. Sorry, I have to move my mic, but keep going. Focus on the stacking of the hips here. So you can always take your left hand to your low back and make sure you're stacked in your lumbar spine. And we want the twist coming from your thoracic again. Extend your left fingertips out to the side, and again, taking your gaze upward or to the side. And this may be different on this side, so just notice what's different. I personally am a little bit more open on my left side than I am on my right. So just play with that. I always like to encourage bringing the weaker side up. So for me, since my right side is a little tighter than the left, I don't like to turn my head just because I don't want my left side to get too far ahead of my right. So, but still making sure we're working that left shoulder down onto the mat. Inhale and exhale. Good, deep breath in and deep breath out. Good, one more, inhale and exhale. On your next inhale breath, come back to your low back, hug both knees into your chest. And again, finding any pose that you need for this last little bit of class. You might want a happy baby. You might want to send the hips over the head or come into a bridge pose, shoulder stand, whatever feels good. I'm going to go hips overhead, just get a little more into my back. My back's been a little more sore today. And breathe. One more breath wherever you're at. And exhale, slowly come back to center. Hug both knees into your chest. Give yourself a little squeeze. Inhale and exhale. Send the legs out long. Hug the shoulder blades onto your back. Close your eyes. Let's take a deep breath in together. Open mouth, release. Hug your shoulders onto your back. Release the tongue from the roof of your mouth. And today in our Shavasana, if you're feeling like a little crazy and a little wacky and just like things are kind of just psycho for you right now, go ahead and go palms face down just for a little more grounding, a little more stability in your day and your life. And if you're feeling like you're grounded and you're not super crazy, but you just feel a little lost, go ahead and go palms face up just for a little more guidance and wisdom. Slowly come in, calm down, find your breath. Just encourage you here to take a full body scan in your Shavasana. Go ahead and let go. I will cue you out when it is time to come out of this pose.